Garten of Banbaleena, arguably one of the most hated mascot horror games. I have my own personal opinions on the game, but that's irrelevant. I think the concept is interesting. Hear me out. A desperate parent returning to the kindergarten where their child mysteriously disappeared at. Sounds interesting, right? I was watching the new Markiplier video when it dawned on me. Not take the original concept and characters and rework it, like drawing them in my own style. So let's go. So I start out with some rough sketches of the building, trying to figure out what it looks like from the outside, and then I go on to blueprint the inside, trying to figure out where everything goes and what it looks like, and also trying to figure out what's going on with the lower levels underneath the kindergarten. But I got bored and moved on to work with the character designs. They remind me of Gumpy from the very popular stop-motion show, and so I just went with it, gave them big old feet and hands, and moved on to the other characters, in which I didn't really change hardly anything, because the character designs are fine as is. I just wanted to give them a bit more personality, which is why I gave them some cute little accessories and everything. And then we move on to some backstory, some lore building. So you have a little picture frame with the first day of kindergarten photo and drone sketches as well. I gave the drone little googly eyes because I thought it was super cute. And I also sketched out the lower levels, trying to figure out what was going on before the whole destruction thing. You have some nightmare designs, some rough color, and then also I included some of the other Banbaleena designs. I considered giving him a nose, but I decided against it. We start off with Banbaleena, of course, because he's the main character of the series, franchise? I don't know. I gave him some party hats, of course, because that is an iconic part of his character. And I also wanted to give him another piece of clothing, so I went with a tie, which I actually ended up really not liking, so I swapped that out for a bow tie. It gave a more clown feel, which I was kind of going for since he's party guy. I don't know. And then I did some shading, but ended up scrapping it because I was just too lazy to figure it out. And then I moved on to doing some little sketches to show his personality more, since he's the principal of the kindergarten, I think. I did a little sketch of him lecturing a child, and also some of the scary designs. And then I moved on and did some ruffles, because it gave him some more character, and I thought it looked really cute. So for the scary design, in the game, he's really buff and top heavy. I don't know how else to word it, but I wanted to do a different approach to where he's more goopy, if it makes any sense at all. I just wanted to make him more nightmare-y, scary. Ooh, so scary. So I colored it all in, and here is the final work of art. Here's the final draft of it. And I think he turned out super adorable. Moving on to Banbaleena, who I just renamed to Bonbon because I thought it was a cute name or little nickname. Now, I really struggled with her design and trying to get the proportions right with the big feet and big hands. So it took a few attempts trying to figure out how I want her hands to look because I wanted it to be a more fluent pose. I ended up going with like a cute little wave, and also with her eye shape. I wanted to do droopy eyes to show like a little softness, but I ended up not going with it. Next, adding some clothing pieces. I gave her some pearl bracelets, and originally I gave her a lot of ruffles like in the Banbaleena design to kind of add some contrast to it, but I ended up just struggling, being honest. I struggled with those ruffles. I didn't realize I'd have such a hard time with them, but I did, and so I just ended up really simplifying the design overall because I got lazy. Honestly, I just got lazy, so I just went the easy route and made a simple design. For the coloring, again, really basic, pink and white, just like in the original design. I'm not really gonna change the colors too much. Then the scary version, creepy design, Yahoo. And since she's a teacher, I have a little sketch of her teaching with the blackboard. We move on to the line art for those sketches, in which I, again, applied ripped clothing to everything. Because I feel like just scary versions of things have ripped clothing. That is just the theme amongst horror games. Scary things in general, I don't know. After that, I move on to coloring, and I really tried to depthen the scary design just to make it a bit more terrifying, and also to reference the pink in Banbaleena's original design, because I didn't really end up including it that much, since I already have more pink in the design with the clothing. I added some Easter eggs to the game on the board, finished it up, and bam, you have the final design. I think it turned out really adorable. Jumbo Josh, my man! Now, I did not change his design too much. I gave him horns to match all the other characters, and some sunglasses and a tie because it looks really cute and adds some personality. Now, I don't know what exactly Jumbo Josh does. I saw a little post about him being a gym teacher, but I don't know. I think he just kind of chills with the kids in the Jumbo Josh lounge. Maybe that's where they take their naps, and that's where they kind of unwind after a long playtime. Maybe? I don't really know. So I move on to outline all these little sketches and try to figure out the scary design, in which I just gave him red eyes because red eyes equal scary. I fixed it up a little, gave him a tie, and then yeah, that's basically it. That's the Jumbo Josh design. It turned out super cute and I love him. Moving on to Captain Fiddles. Now, Captain Fiddles, I changed a lot. I gave him a cute little pirate hat that, yes, looks like a cowboy hat, but we will not talk about that. I was too lazy to fix it. I gave him a little fake plastic hook and a eye patch, just because it's super cute. Now, for him, I feel like his role would probably be just playing with the kids and making sure they're, not dying. And I also changed his color in the coloring to be a dark blue because the lavender in most of the photos drives me nuts. It just looks super out of place, in my opinion, with the lineup. So I just think the blue looks better because the colors they're all basic colors. So the blue looks better, in my opinion. So I move on to outline the sketches a little, and you can see him playing with the kids and fixing up a little scratch knee on one of the children, which is adorable. So yeah, Captain Fiddles is a cute little guy. And now we move on to the jellyfish guy. Stinger Flynn. That's his name, Stinger Flynn. I didn't mess with his design too much. I just gave him some spots, and that's it. He's more like the librarian, I feel like, because I don't really know what he'd do. Maybe a nurse, but I just feel like books. He'd be good with books. So that's where I put him. I put him with the little mini library that the kindergarten probably has. Just a lot of little kids' books like nursery rhymes and Mother Goose sort of tales. You can see he's taking away a phone from one of the kids and giving them a book instead. In the end, I think it turned out really cute. Opila Bird is peak character design. I really didn't change anything. Now, I did want to give her a little something too, since all the other characters had a little something added, so I tried giving her spots, but that failed miserably. it wasn't looking good. None of the things I was trying to add looked good. Like there's there's footage missing here with all the other things I tried to add, but it just didn't look good. So I decided to just leave that for now and do the line art for the sketches. Her place in the kindergarten is the art teacher. Well, I wouldn't know if I'd use the word teacher, but, you know, she helps the kids with arts and crafts and that sort of thing. For her scary design, I added some little handprints for the children. You know how horror goes. So I added the handprints, added some shading to the bird up one because I just thought it looked funny. And then I went back to trying to figure out a pattern for Opila Bird, and I did spots. I gave up and did spots. Then I did another little sketch with the kids and Opila Bird doing some art, getting some paint everywhere. And I think this one turned out really cute. I think this is one of my favorite little sketches that I ended up doing because it's just, there's so much personality to it. I tried to figure out whether or not I should outline the spots or not, and I really didn't know. With that undecided, Opila Bird is done. For the last little page, I just did some more concept sketches. So you have Banbaleena breaking her little teaching stick. I made her horns too short. Shh, shh, nobody mentioned that. Ban, because I don't know what's going on with him in the game. He just seems nervous a lot. And then I Opila Bird with her birds, Jumbo Josh with his little I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I also did the other characters in the newest game because I am recording this. This is a new recording, so the game just came out. So I drew the frog, which is my favorite. The toad, Sheriff Toadster, my favorite. The kangaroo queen and the pipe cleaner looking jester guy. And then I drew some more of the parent sort of concept designs, like throwing the remote because of just how infuriating the controls are. They keep the Polaroid photo of the first day of kindergarten in their jacket pocket. I gave them a jacket just for personality. Here's the final lineup of all the characters together. I think it turned out really cute, honestly. It's not as much detail as I was hoping to get into, but honestly, I don't really care. I think all in all, it turned out really cute. So, yeah, that was my little Garten of Banban redesign, I guess you could call it. Yeah, redesign, I guess. Just trying to give the characters a bit more oomph. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time, I guess. Bye!